Voila. And we back with another episode of R&R. It's Jamerson Ballard again, and I am your host. Shout out to the Rent Gang and shout out to the Capital Letter Club, man. We in it again, man, to win, man. And I mean, I'm about to give y'all some of this tremendous game. It's never too much. You know what I'm saying? This episode is brought to you in part by Kicks, my urban shoe brand. It's not a cheap pair of shoes, but it's a neat pair of shoes. You're gonna have to get you a pair, man. I'll leave a link in the description box so y'all can see what's popping with those, man. Hey, today's topic is an altered perception creates an alternate reality. An altered perception creates an alternate reality. And it might sound like a little bit more to chew on than you want, but I'll break it down for you, right? How many times have you entered into something under the guise of it being one thing and get into it and find out later that it's not exactly what you thought it was or what it was presented to you as? I can attest to the fact that it's been times where I've maybe decided I was, going to join the church home. For instance, I go to the church, and it's all, what's up, 29, what's happening? It's all praise God, hallelujah on the surface. But once you get into it more, you start to see there's more to it than meets the eye. You might find out, and this ain't till you actually make a decision to get into this thing, whatever it is. Some of you got into a frat or some kind of club or gang banging or relationship, and it was presented to you as one thing, and once you get into it, you start to find out that there's more going on than you thought. And that's probably something that could have been prevented if you will take the time out to see things from different angles, because what you perceive as real or reality is a lot of times based on your perspective or your perception of things or what's been presented to you in a way. You know what I'm saying? I get to the church and you go for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and you visiting, and you find out later that in the past the pastor had something going on with one of the sisters at the church or a couple of sisters at the church, or some discrepancies with the offerings and things like that, and it's like, oh, I might have jumped into this too soon. You got to look before you leap. What I mean? When you see things that happened in the past, like, the Titanic, for instance, they say an iceberg is like the majority of the iceberg is beneath the water. And so we get into stuff, you might make pacts and, you might make promises, but it's according to what you are able to see at the moment. You might have said that you was going to do a pop-up here or there, and you might have neglected to see that the weather was going to be like first or for the week. And then you find out, oh, it's going to be raining this day or that day, and now you've made a commitment to this thing or to these people or to this person, and Sunday come and you can't have a picnic, man, because it's raining. I mean, we live in a day and age where you can find out a lot more than you could in the 1920s or whatever, because it was a point in time where, if a nigga lied to you, you just got lied to. And some of y'all niggas, you know, it was a dude I used to work with. I mean, this nigga would lie so much, not really knowing how much access to technology we had. You know, oh man, y'all played baseball at this team, and y'all used to be this and that. And we looking like, okay, what school you went to? Man, this nigga not in the yearbook. This nigga not in none of the pictures. I mean, we going back to whatever year this nigga said he went to school. We can verify whether you lying or not, bro. You know what I'm saying? And then you kind of, from that point on, bro, you a liar. Until, you know, proven otherwise. You know what I'm saying? And if you spend enough time with a person, which you might not necessarily have all this time to be trying to figure out what you want to do with this person, who you want to be with, and you know what I mean? Or if you want to decide to get a ride to work and from by this person, and you get into the thing, you find out, oh yeah, bro got a reputation for doing weird shit, and now you bundled in with bro because you need a ride to work, and you know, it's just, you know what I'm saying? What do? You just gotta, you know, they say measure twice and cut once. You know, because it's like forever is a long time, man. When you talking relationships, you know, I made a decision in my relationship in a previous relationship, to commit to something, not really understanding how things was going to work when you really get down into it. And that's my fault. As a man, as a head of anything, I have got to take responsibility for that failure. You know what I mean? I neglected to have all my ducks in a row before I made the decision to do this. Because like I said, man, forever is a long time. A long time. And you get into these, you know, whether it be work relationships, friendships, etc., business relationships with people, you know, on the front end, you thinking, oh yeah, man, he about to give me the money, he about to give me this and this, and it look like it's a win-win for you, but you might want to step back from that and let me give you a week, do some research, or give me a week, I'll get back to you, do some research about this person's affiliations, what they got going, what they've had happen in the past, because you have the technology to do that. You can Google a person now. You know what I mean? There's a point in time when you couldn't do that. And that's probably why, you know, relationships lasted a lot longer, because you have access to way less, you know, and this stuff that we could take advantage of this day and age, but, you know, at the same time, you can kind of watch a person and see how they do, you know, and the word of mouth is strong even back then. So it was like, your reputation like this, I don't really want to have nothing to do with you, sir. You know, word around town is you a thief. You know, me personally, I don't really want to get involved with a person that they don't really have control of their private parts either, because that's bad for business. I mean, I have a lot of new rules that I have when it either comes to business, relationships, and all these other things. You know what I mean? I just grade a little different. You know, somebody could be giving you a lot of, you know, compliments and things like that on the front end, and it's just like, I don't know, man, why is you being so generous? What's going on? And some of you might feel like, I don't really want to ask so many questions, because he might, you know, you don't really want to need nobody that much. You know what I mean? Have your own momentum and your own thing going on, so that, you know, you can respectfully walk away from the negotiation table without feeling like you lost out, because, you know, it might take you a little bit longer to get to where you're going, but, you know, you have the wherewithal and the self-respect to leave with your dignity still intact. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, when it comes to lying, I can't really think of nobody that can lie better than an actor or an actress. And there's a lot of stuff going on right now in the news, as far as, like, you know, entertainment news, with this Will and Jada thing, and I don't really. I mean, I know let me take a step back. I know that the war thing is going on, and that's been prominent in the news, and I mean, I don't really have a stance on that. I mean, I don't know if they expecting, or you or anybody else is expecting me to take a side as far as that's concerned. I'm a do some I'm gonna just kind of, respectfully remain neutral until I figure out what's going on for real. I'm not gonna speak on that too much. You know what I mean? I love God, and I know that means that, I should side with Israel. And overall, I would like for things to work out between both parties in a peaceful manner. I don't really agree with how things are going. And I know it's all fair and level war, but the things that people are stooping to in order to get the win is just kind of, it's cringe. Kids is kids. So I'm gonna pray about it and hope that things work out in the way that they should, and that God's will is done over the whole thing, right? But I'm not gonna speak on that, right? I'm just gonna kind of keep it neutral. But I mean, and it's a lot of people dying, and shout out to the families of the people that have lost people. I mean, I hope that the Americans come back safely. But I'm gonna keep it real surface, right? Because I don't really know what's going on altogether, and I don't need to know everything. I'm just saying, at any rate, before I get into something that I don't really know nothing about and have an opinion about something I don't really know too much about, I mean, this other stuff I can kind of speak on a little bit more, even though I don't know Jada or Will personally. I know bullshit when I smell it, though. And, I know everybody is probably trying to, and I say everybody, but the majority of people are probably thinking, as far as males are especially, that, Jada is wrong or whatever. And I'm not saying that Jada is right or wrong. I'm just saying, when it comes to people, man, whether it be male or female, can only take a certain amount of shit. I was having a discussion with a young man earlier about this whole thing, man, and this is like, as a man, like I said, you have to take responsibility for things going awry, because you are the head of the household, regardless of whom or what. So if things didn't work out between Will and Jada, it's kind of gonna fall on Will, in my opinion. But Jada is disgruntled, have been for a long time. She might have regrets. It looked like to me Will end up dealing with a woman that he liked more than she liked him, and things end the way they started. He started chasing and was trying to catch her, and she might have allowed herself to get caught, because bruh is doing well. He not broke, and he not a complete sucker. He's street. He from Philly. It's just, to me personally, bruh, and both of these people are professional actors and actresses, which to me says professional liar. Call a spade, man. I can't say that, bruh didn't do something that turned her off to the point to where she felt like she needed to, she didn't need to respect him anymore. He got caught in something, and that's what it looked like, behind closed doors. Bruh was really more careful about, whoever he was dealing with, whether it be a male or a female, because, they talk about them swinging and all that. It sounded like to me, she was kind of, being cool enough to let him have enough rope to hang himself, and he may have, gotten that, got the opportunity and took it. And she might have walked in on him, and I can't speculate who it might. Like I said, it could have been a dude. It sounded like, I can't say, but you can tell a lot about a person or the people by, their offspring. And then with Jaden being kind of, I mean, even Willow, I mean, they what? You could say asexual, but to me, it's just gay with some frosting on it. You know, and I'm not trying to disparage anybody who is living an alternative lifestyle. I personally don't get down like that. I'm just saying, you know, shit, Jada might have been doing her thing too. I mean, she don't got no hair. You know what I'm saying? She's probably feeling like, whatever. She was a successful actress to one point before she got with Will, and now it's this, now she's writing a tell-all book, and, she got to, get out here and stand on her own again, you know what I mean? But she relinquished control of her situation for the most part and let Will handle it, but it might not have been going the way she felt like it should have gone. And, people tend to romanticize things, and she brings up Tupac, like if Tupac was still alive, they wouldn't have been arguing or going through it like Brett was perfect or something. Brett was a human being. He was a loose cannon too. So although if Will and Jada never happened, and let's say Tupac and Jada was a thing, it would have been a different set of circumstances. I mean, but it's like when you kicking it, it's not no pressure. When there's, you're depending on a person and this and that, people operate different under pressure, and it's up to you, before you decide to jump into something with an individual, to kind of gauge how it is they handle things that they got going on in their life. Do they have plans? Are they executing the plan? How did they work when things didn't work out the way they felt like they should? You know what I mean? It's just a lot of things that you can look at besides what a person's sign is and all she got asked, whether this is something you should enter into. Or are he cute? He got pretty eyes, whether he gonna do the right thing after you get pregnant. I mean, let's say the nigga in the street. Now that you when you wasn't pregnant, he was cool with that, but now that you pregnant, you thinking long term, when you should have been doing that before you gave up the draws for real. And you, young man, is like, oh man, but you knew how I was when you got me. You should already know how I got down. You should have been trying to figure out how to make things work differently before you decide to get into a relationship with a person, and you hit raw because you're going to have a kid with this person at some point. And you should have been thinking longevity. How I'm gonna what's my exit plan? It's okay to ask questions. You know what I mean? But this is just stuff some people have to learn on the fly. The reason for the show is so that you don't have to learn like that. Now, there is things that you can use. I'm sure the Bible has several stories in there to discourage certain things, and I just understand, for me personally, that I'm the only Bible some of these cats gonna ever read. So, I do this. It's nice to be able to, gain something monetarily for this game that I'm dropping. But, it's, for some of you, it might be viewed as common sense, but for others, it's just something you're not gonna get unless somebody is chopping it with you. You're not gonna get it unless somebody is telling you. Let's put it in your face in an updated way, where you can kind of see how it applies to you at this point right now in the world that we living in currently. I'm not necessarily here for the gossip and shit and be talking about other people's lives, because like I said, people gonna make mistakes. Them people are in a tax bracket that I have yet to attain, I'll say. But they're in Hollywood and they're stars, and so their lifestyle is out there for everybody to see. And I don't have a negative opinion about either one of those cats altogether. I'm just letting you know that although we can see that and feel like that can't be you, this will never happen to you, it can, and it's preventable. Even on a smaller scale. Like I said, man, people present themselves like, oh yeah, she got her makeup done, she got this, she got that going on today. But if you're looking at the person on Instagram and you see an hourglass body, but you're not paying attention to what's going on in the background, the chick ain't got no furniture back there, bro. Or she got it and her whole house is tattered in the back. It's not, that's a small thing, but it's like, you get in the nigga car and it's terrible inside. I mean, it's messy. He don't got nothing. Oh, hold on, let me move this out your way. I don't never really have people. You're ill prepared. Now, you ain't gonna say maybe that I'm not gonna date this dude no more, but it's just like, if you see that the nigga car is junky, what you think the house gonna look like? And if you're ignoring this shit because of this nigga eyes, etc., you asking for it. What's the nigga relationship like with his mama? What's her relationship with her dad? Does she have a dad? What's the people's last name, bro? I talk about this shit quite a bit, but like I said, even on a business level, I kind of sweat the small things. I feel like, and I say feel, but I mean, it's been my experience that how a nigga do one thing is how a nigga do everything. Somebody told me like how a nigga play basketball is how they is in life. If that nigga don't pass the ball, he a ball hog, he's selfish. He's like that in real life. Oh man, that was just a game. Foul a lot. He just stepping all over you and he ain't really, but don't respect boundaries. You know what I'm saying? So you can learn a lot from just, how a person is at work. I personally, I don't fuck people I work with. There are a lot of people who do. They go to their job shopping for a mate. You know what I mean? I can't say why I don't. I mean, but if you've seen how to be a player, you know that you don't shit where you eat. You don't really deal with people in your apartment complex. I know I've heard cats in the barbershop recently. Yeah, man, I fucked the chick that stayed across the hall from me. That's too close. They say if things don't work out. I mean, I've had people tell me that they gonna consider dating a police officer. I could never do that. And I'm not shitting on the police officers. I respect what y'all have to do, but it's been my experience that, absolute power corrupts absolutely. Let's say things go wrong and he decide he want to go across your motherfucking head. Who the fuck is you gonna call? Ghostbusters? You gonna call the police and they all connected and you just getting abused for the rest of your life, because what can you do? You a nigga, Lil Wayne had the song where he talking about fucking the police, you know what I'm saying? Things don't work out with you. I mean, what you think she finna just let that shit go? You know what I'm saying? She might be stalking you, having niggas pull you over. Her brothers in blue. Some dude, I think, not too long ago, got beat to death by the police for fucking with one of them dudes' women or something like that, man. So, you gotta watch where you step, man, because people full of shit. I'm just saying, man. It's a lot, man. It's people, are deceptive. I do a lot to kind of try to figure out what people's motives is. You know what I'm saying? I'll be watching niggas that be complimenting me too much, or it put me in the mind of like when I'm watching Paid in Full or something. That nigga money making Mitch uncle. Money making Mitch. What's up, man? What you know good? Nigga, he letting you know something. He telling you he been watching you, he see you. You might not perceive it that oh yeah, man, you giving daps and you telling niggas your whereabouts and shit, man. And they, that's the nigga that's trying to, when it get cold out like it is now, he trying to kidnap something. It's that season, man. Niggas in the town used to call it last season. Niggas trying to kick your dough in and shit, man. So, you always gotta watch for the hook, man. Ain't nothing in life free. So if it look too good, you know, it probably is. It look too good to be true, it probably is. You know, all that free shit, me personally, I don't really do free shit. I'd rather pay for it. You know, because I know if I pay for it, I can expect to get what I pay for it. If it's free, then it's like, okay, what's the gimmick? What's the hood? What is gonna come with? What do you? This nigga want to talk to you for an hour for free, but at the end of that, he gonna want you to buy something for $1,500, and you like, oh, I'm gonna go to this free seminar, and I'm gonna go see how to, you know, like, bro, just bring your money with you, bring your checkbook or something, because even though they didn't say it on the front end, you can guarantee it's some bullshit on the back end. You know, so, you know, whatever, man. I'm not all knowing. I don't know everything. But like I said, man, I know bullshit when I smell it, man. And that lady, she sound like she's been hurt. She been hurt and she fed up. And Will might not have did shit, but I don't think, bruh, an innocent person. You know, he's a human being. His breath stink probably, and, you know, she's smelling it. We just see Will and think, okay, yeah, Independence Day or whatever your favorite Will Smith movie, Will Smith character is, you know, you seeing that. But she don't see that. She see past that. She see what it is that Brett doing. I don't know if she caught Brett behind closed doors doing some shit and he can't really wiggle his way up out the shit. I mean, you know, you got to remember Brett gave August Alsina the okay to hit. So that sound like some guilt shit. You know what I mean? I mean, you know, but they was separated when he slapped Chris in the mouth. This nigga slapped the nigga behind a roommate. And they saying something about it in the book Chris was trying to fuck. Chris Rock, that is. I don't know. There's probably a lot of Chris's was trying to fuck. But this Chris in particular I'm speaking about is Chris Rock. I don't know. And I seen some, you know, like that scenario that played out at the award ceremony. I seen some in black and white with two other actors doing the same thing probably like 30 or 40 years previous, man. And probably even longer ago than that. And so I don't know if that was something they was playing out to get views or whatever. You know what I'm saying? To start some controversy because controversy sells. You know, I know Chris found a way to benefit off of that by raising the price of his tickets when he was going on tour or whatever. Got a Netflix special out the deal, et cetera, et cetera. So, I mean, you know, I think he sued too. But like I said, man, me personally, man, I got a lot of rules, man. For me, it's manhood a lot of times ain't necessarily about what you will do. It's more about what you won't do. You understand what I'm saying? So, you know, I got some do's and don'ts. There's a lot of people around me who can attest to that. You know, and I make exceptions to some of my rules. I ain't gonna lie, but at the same time, you know, although I'm not a perfect individual, I am a disciplined person, and when I say something, I mean it. So, you know, I'm just trying to get you to understand, like, although, you know, it's gonna be few and far between when you meet quality individuals, man. If you dealing with somebody and they don't like the line of questioning, I mean, you know, it's cool. We can walk. You know, we can walk away from this right now. Because I guarantee you, if you go into a store or you a store clerk at a store and you know, your $20 bill is in question and a nigga pull out a pen and you mad because the nigga pulled a pen out, it's a good chance that nigga got a fake duz. Because a nigga with an authentic 20 is not finna be worried about you pulling out no pen. Why you gotta do all that with me? I thought we was cool. Nigga, we ain't cool. This is a business. You know? I mean, friendships is that, but you know, this ain't that. I mean, it ain't nothing personal. But like if we doing business and I count the money you hand me and you looking at me like, oh, I thought we cool, but you know, shit, don't be offended if I count this little $2 and see if it's $200. You know what I'm saying? Which is what? Let me see. 10 20s? It should be 10 of them in here. not 8. You know, oh man, I'll pay you later, man. I'm a little short right now. We ain't going through that shit, man. I'm checking shit from the door. So if you on some bullshit, no harm, no foul. We going out. I drove my car. You drive your car. I'm paying for my meal. You pay for yours. And, you know, we getting to know each other. I seen some shit where a lady, I guess she was mad because a dude decided to take her to Cheesecake Factory, and that wasn't good enough for her on the first day. She was dealing with another dude that was, you know, non-FBA. I guess she expected for him. It's what restaurant isn't a chain though? I mean, there's some that aren't, and it's like, what did you expect this person to pay a band for your first date? Was that discussed before you got in the car? Why is it that you feel like because you got on fuchsia lipstick or, you know, what is that? Is it green or something? Like, see, why do you feel like you deserve to get $1,000 spent on you? I mean, you know, are you willing to spend $1,000 on your own meal? And that's what you'll be showing the individual when you go out to eat, ladies and gentlemen. You know, I can buy my own food, bro. I'm finna get steak, potatoes, shrimp, lobster, whatever bullshit you want to get, or chicken tenders, vegan, whatever, because you got to have a bag to eat vegan. I ain't gonna lie. I went to a spot this week, got a vegan meal for 2. What's going on, man? Wow. Man, buddy, what's happening, bro? Anyway, that's a strange username, but anyway, vegan food, you gotta have a bag to eat that. You can't be broke and be a vegan. $60 for 2 people with the drink and the dessert. It's like a lightweight date, you feel me? So, you know, shout out to the dude. I don't know if he decided to go through with the date, man. I ain't really watched the whole thing. I just kind of seen the headline and was like, ugh. You know, if Kevin Samuels was here, he probably would have cut the bitch down because, like I said, man, it's altered perception. You know, you might think that because you are I don't know, let's say you think you're a 7 in the market that you live in, but you're in a place like Milwaukee. In Milwaukee, you could very well be a 7. But in a place like, I don't know, Miami, you a 5. LA, 4. You know what I'm saying? But you only know what you've been exposed to. So, you know, it'll be better for you to, like, do yourself a favor and expose yourself to some other than what you've already seen, and so you can have a better understanding on where you really stand out here in this world, man, because it's some bad motherfuckers out here. You know, and if you out here, you know, thinking of yourself more highly than you should, nigga, that's you setting yourself up to get humbled, man, because pride comes before a fall. Ow. Or should I say, ouch? Because it's coming, bro. You know, I remain humble at all times, man. I don't really try to do too much, you know, but I'm gonna be the best I can be. You understand me? Yeah. So, at any rate, man, I've been talking about that for a minute. Let's go into the segment of the show I like to call "Don't Be a Weirdo." You know, today's "Don't Be a Weirdo." We have a young lady who don't understand that she shouldn't be fucking on dudes where she work at. Maybe she should have watched the show today. But you know, on top of the fact that she looking for love in the wrong places, this bitch decided she wanted to be a prison guard of all things, which I'm not frowning on. You know, she was happy. She's gonna make 45 bands a year starting. But the bitch couldn't make it through 4 months. She got right past her 90 days and started trying to fuck on niggas that work in the motherfucker. Not even the niggas that work there. She trying to fuck on inmates. You trying to fuck on inmates, You got a hankering for tall, dark niggas with tattoos and all this extra shit, but you went and became a prison guard and you ain't got no confidence. Why? What are you doing, young lady? She 27-year-old. Now the lady's name is Desiree Lowry. I don't know if y'all heard about this already. You know, but the bitch only been there damn near, I don't know, a little over 90 days, and she done got involved with some nigga in the penal system trying to sneak in contraband, and on her way in, because you know when you work at places like that, they search you when you leave, when you go in. They damn near search you when you leave. I'm not exactly sure, but I know for sure they search you when you're way in. And this bitch got items of contraband on her, and the supervisor caught her. She, being the goofy bitch that she is, got caught, but then she tried to run. Where the fuck is you going, bitch? Huh? Where is you going? It's guards all, and then let's say you was to escape. You work there, bitch. They got your fingerprints. They got your first, last name, social security number, address, all that shit. The bitch lost her job and went to jail the same day. And that's a goof troop. For some prison peace, for some dick that's locked up, you can't get no free dick. You would have been better off fucking one of the other guard niggas. And the guard niggas, I guess she didn't kind of got them where they fuck with her a little bit, because when the judge tried to holler at the bitch, she, well, can she go last? No, nigga. Y'all trying to save the bitch some embarrassment. No, she finna go right now. I got the bitch right here. She coming next. Miss Lowry, come to the front. She looking dumb than a motherfucker in the county clothes now, because they out there in the bitch from Augusta, which is, I'm guessing that's a country spot, because she living in Decatur. I was out there for a minute, so I know Decatur ain't the city. It's kind of like, it's still kind of, it ain't the city, so it's not. I ain't trying to disrespect or nothing, but it's lightweight country. And, she working for, Clayton County. So it's just frustrating, man. You 27-year-old, so it ain't no excuse for this, man. You didn't let some jail nigga talk you into bringing something in for him. Whatever. Maybe you thought that, you was going to get some extra shit for her kids. She got to have kids because her titties long. They not, they flat. She trying to thirst trap. That's the only reason I'm saying it, because you can kind of see her stature, and it ain't really worth the fuck. So that's probably why her numbers is down, and she going in there trying to find some satisfaction or some attention from some jail niggas, because she ain't shit outside that motherfucker. And them niggas, they don't see bitches very often, so they like, oh yeah, oh wow. You let the niggas gas you up like that, you know what I'm saying? Because you that thirsty for a compliment. That's a sad state of affairs, man. Now the bitch in jail. So, let that be a lesson to you, man. Don't be a weirdo like Desiree Lowry and let yourself get talked into a trick bag where you working at a damn jail cell watching niggas to, you go from watching niggas at the jail cell to watching niggas from a jail cell. Now you eating the bullshit they was eating. You was free. You online talking about how you didn't came up and shit. Can you get past the year mark? Anyway. And this is the operation that they was calling Clean House. So apparently it was a lot of corrupt shit going on. And I tell my little nephew, man, shout out to you, nephew. And, because he worked in a correctional facility, that it's a lot of crooked shit going on in these motherfuckers, man. You can't just take what you see for face value. This corruption at this motherfucker in particular was all the way to the top. Some of them guards in there selling drugs, like the inmates, or they want to be like the inmates. I mean, the dude that's over it is Sheriff Allen now, and he just replaced the nigga that got arrested not even 180 days ago. The old sheriff's name was Victor Hill. And I mean, they was arrested. There's been 7 arrests at this facility, man, in this last year, I guess. And they get nurses and all that shit. So tighten up, man. Tighten up. You know, keep your dick to yourself. You know, I know you probably ain't had none in a while. You ain't had a job in a while, and you get your job. You feel like, oh yeah, I can get me some pussy, man. I'm about to fuck shit out this bitch. Man, but I'm going to tell you straight up, bro. You got to get in their head before you get in their bed, man. You know, it'll save you a lot of headache, man. I'm telling you. Trust me. Because the body got to go where the head take it. And you so busy trying, I'm going to fuck this bitch, and she going to be in love with me. And nigga, you going about the shit backwards. And that's all I'm giving you for free right now as far as that. Now, on to the next segment I like to call Who Got Active? And on today's Who Got Active, we got a whole group of motherfuckers getting active, man. Not just an individual. Apparently, South Shore Community Group is suing Chicago. And they are the active members of the week because they woke the fuck up, man. You know, you got to use the system the way it's meant to be used, man. And a lot of times these motherfuckers don't understand shit unless you hit them in their fucking pockets. All that physical shit can do so much. It's like, you know, when you rearing kids up, I know when I was a kid, getting my ass whooped was it. That was the end of it. I'm cool with that. But that punishment shit was a whole nother thing. I got for a week. I can't do this or that. Shit, can't you just whoop my ass so I can go? No. So for a motherfucker to understand they done fucked up, you gotta hit them in their pocket in this day and age, man. And that's just what it is. So they suing the city of Chicago and Mayor Brandon Johnson, who, I don't know what the fuck Brett got going on, man. He a black dude, but, you know, I know he looking at that affidavit like, oh, shit. So, what? So, what? Huh? Yeah. Yeah, because they letting all these motherfucking immigrants in, bro. And they not, I guess South Shore is a school, a high school that they didn't, I don't know. I guess it's empty and they putting immigrants in the motherfucker. They want to use the school for what it's meant to be used for. But they displacing individuals that live in these communities, black communities, urban communities. And they pushing the homeless people that are out in some of these things and putting refugees in or you know, illegal immigrants. That's what they are. But they want to call them migrants or let me see, asylum seekers. But yeah, because I probably talked about this a little bit on the last episode, but you know, we as the foundational Black American community is fed up. Yeah, apologize for the pause. Apparently there was a poor connection. I did my best to try to change the circumstance. But anyway, we as the urban community or the foundational Black American community is fed up with the Democratic Party not giving us what they promised us, or, you know, not giving us what Tariq like to call tangibles. And that's bullshit. And they trying to replace us as the Democratic voter base with these fucking immigrants. They flooding black cities. And I didn't understand this at first, but now I understand that some of these places that these immigrants are requesting to go are like, let's see, what is it? Sanctuary cities. And so what that simply means is a sanctuary city is usually a place where it differs from city to city. but or state, but they want to make it to where the immigrants aren't so concerned with being arrested that they refuse to call the police if something was to happen to them. In a nutshell. So, they would request to go to these cities probably, and whatever, but Chicago, like, they ain't trying to be a sanctuary state no more. I mean, if you ask the urban community, now the white people whom this shit is not really affecting, they still cool with this being a sanctuary state or city or whatever. But would you want that to happen to you if you like barely making it and you got motherfuckers that's coming in from another country and they getting $9,000 a piece? $9,000 a piece? Are you fucking serious? Motherfuckers that live here and had the issue out there in Hawaii wasn't getting nowhere close to that. They was getting what they was giving them, $700 a piece or a family. And we already know what that's about. They trying to drive down they trying to make it to where the people in Hawaii are going to sell because they want to make that the first smart city or some bullshit. Anyway, I mean, it's just not cool that you are Biden and you trying to stay in office, but instead of doing right by the people that you would owe money to, you feel like it's cheaper to go around us. And that, for any of you who are immigrants from another place or tethers, and a shout out to the ones who are on board and who understand what's really going on. I mean, it's about labor costs and things like that. When you have somebody that's been on a job for 10 years, you're going to have to pay them more, and it would be cheaper if you could fire them in a way and get somebody in with no experience and I can get them way cheaper. That's you. They feel like they know they got to pay us. We know our value. We're requesting it, and they feel like, well, why would I give it to them when I could give it to them? They think that the immigrants are going to appreciate it more, and then they come in, they looking down their nose at us like they made it happen and we could. No. That's not what the fuck this is. It's politics, bro. It's politics of this shit. And y'all, if they doing us like that, what the fuck you think they gonna do to you? That's what you really need to be asking yourself. Tethers. And I'm using this word, shout out to Tariq again, bro. And I don't mean this disrespectfully, but what the fuck you think they're gonna do to you if they doing this kind of shit to us? Huh? We bled this motherfucker. We built this motherfucker, man. And so, I'm pretty sure you probably don't feel like we should get what the fuck we deserve. But if you was to understand that the reason why a lot of y'all are able to come out here is because we fought for y'all to come out here, man. So we do give a fuck about y'all. And I say we. I can't talk, or I didn't vote for it, but my predecessors did. And shout out to them. Because that's the right thing to fucking do. So don't get too high on your fucking horse and think because they've done everything, and I say they, but I mean, the dominant society has done everything they can to devalue us, to make us look and feel like we aren't worth whatever it is that we're asking for. Oh, they're lazy. No. Motherfucker worked for free for 400 plus years. I need mine. I need my reparations, right? Yeah, but our grandfathers did that to you. We didn't do that to you. Motherfucker, you benefiting off them fucking us. So yeah, I still need that. Anyway, they got the immigrants coming and then trying to use them to go around us. And it's just like, if you was to work at GM or something, instead of them paying them on strike what they feel like they deserve, the $30 or $40 they trying to get, they bring in scabs and go over the picket line and pay them $10 an hour to get the work done, and they just so happy to be working at GM that they don't mind that they fucking them. It's just not right, man. When right is right, is wrong is wrong. So that's that in a nutshell. So shout out to the members of Chicago that are a part of the South Shore Community Group, man. And I hope they get what they asking for because, and I'm hoping that these other cities and states follow suit and do the same thing so that these motherfuckers understand, like, you can't keep skipping over us and get these motherfuckers talking about where the money gonna come from if we giving our reparations. They giving motherfuckers billions of dollars. They giving money out to the motherfucking Ukraine. They giving money out to Israel to help them, but they can't give us. Look, man, and I'm gonna say this. Look, what's up, nephew? You gotta take care of home first before you do anything outside of home. And if you're not taking care of your citizens here in America, but you taking care of everything else outside this motherfucker, you are doing the wrong shit. Biden or anybody else who decided they want to run for president after this, bro, it's this weird. It's weird. On a very elementary level, if you was a child, let me see, think about it, the government is the one that prints the money. They print money, but they print so much money, the shit don't even got no value no more. They ain't bringing the value of the money down because they ain't got shit to back it up with. They have unlimited money in reality. They actually don't. What they do have, though, and you have to look up straw man, it's something about straw man, I forget how it's worded, right? But the reason we have Social Security numbers here in America is because they are printing money based on how much you, I, or anybody else is going to earn over their lifetime. That's why if you look at your Social Security card, birth certificate, or any of that, it's in all capital letters. And on the back of it, it's like a red number. That's what they use to gauge. You're a corporation, basically. And they borrowing money based on what you and every other citizen of this country is going to make over the next their lifespan. And you can go above that, but for the most part, based on what your mom and dad did, they are saying that you are only going to make maybe $1.5 million over your lifetime, and they times however many citizens is in this country, and they borrow against that. That's when they print money. This country is so backwards, bro. It's weird. They don't run this shit the way you think they would. They want you and I, as citizens of the country, to be responsible and buy property and et cetera, but they need to borrow money every 90 days to keep this motherfucker running. What? It's only a matter of time before China or whatever start trying to get I think I may have talked about this before. I hope I don't sound like I'm too repetitive, but I've heard that the reason why fentanyl is in this country now is because China basically let that shit slide through here because they feel like they never gonna get their money back, and they want to weaken us from the inside. I mean, it's not like they got to do a lot, though, because this motherfucker is doing a great job of fucking their people on their own with the way they giving us food. And, this shit is all man-made and weird. It's like, I don't even eat out anymore. I don't really want to eat out. I don't eat meat that ain't on the bone. Let's see. The money is made off a machine, so I don't really get how they are ever do. Look. It's the way it used to be, money was backed by gold. The dollar is basically it's like it's fiat money now. It's like it's a note that says that this is worth this much effort or whatever. You know what I mean? And we just don't have gold to back the money anymore. It used to be with coins. All of that shit was actual silver and shit. They do this thing called coin clipping, where they remove a certain amount of silver that's in the coin in order to, make it less valuable and then use it for something else. But we don't even use gold to back the money that we're printing anymore. Like I said, we use something called the Social Security numbers and things like that. So if you look at something called maritime law, it's like a different law. It's the law of the water, et cetera, et cetera. But when you get something sent here from another country, it has what is called a birth certificate. And so they used all of that shit in order to determine, like, or to create this system that we're in now. And it would take a minute for me to explain it because I don't necessarily have a full grasp of it, but I understand that this is some bullshit. And it's not cool, and it doesn't really seem like it's sustainable, but we're in it. And I mean, me as a leader of my house or whatever, I have to come up with a plan to do something different because, like I said, you know, you want to keep some cash on you, but I would imagine like in the next 10 years, cash ain't finna be about shit. You know, this one world unit of money shit is about to come faster than you think. You know, like I said, you might want to get into Revelations, man. They say that, you know, chapter 18 of Revelations is what it says is going to happen to America. But like I said, I know a lot of y'all probably don't believe, and I'm not trying to push y'all to belief. I'm just saying, bro, that Bible has not lied. I mean, they've done things to you know, to pervert it and to take things out of it, which is against the rules. But, you know, when you go into Whole Foods and you see that motherfucking scanner that'll scan your hand, nigga, that's for the RFID chip, which is also known as the mark of the beast, in my understanding. You know, I could be wrong, but it's spooky out here, man. You know, it's about to be Halloween, but it's spooky on like a whole nother level. Anyway, let's get to the next section of the show, man. I like to call Wake the Fuck Up. And on today's Wake the Fuck Up, man, we got a Oklahoman representing the way we know I'd like for us to be represented. It's an artist by the name of Lil Nico. That's Lilniqo. You can look him up, man. He got a new EP on the way. It's called Baby 3. And I'm not exactly sure where the name came from. But Brad pushing the line, bro, and I fuck with it, man. I mean, it's a few songs he got out that you can check out. One of them is called Freeze. That one was raw. It's probably been out like a year or so, you know. But it is what it is, bro. Juicy Sprite is another one. And Picture Me Rolling Freestyle is also raw, man. Yeah. Brad doing his thing, man. I appreciate the lookout, man, because I was put on the Brad by. I'm pretty sure my nephew probably put me up on, Brad. So shout out to you, Nev. But yeah, he out here doing his thing, man. He got an EP out, and I'm not sure if it's out. I mean, he's, you know, on his Instagram is saying that it's on the way or it's out, but those 3 songs are still on YouTube somewhere, and you can check those out and let you see what it is, bro, finna bring to the table, bro. I'm like, let them cook, man, because you need one for out here, man. It should be time for us to do our thing. I'm all for it, man. You know, because I mean, I'm representing for the Midwest strong. A lot of the artists I deal with is out of the Midwest right now, man. Whether it be Detroit, you know, or here, and I mean, you know, I got some Texas artists that I deal with. Try to get them on the show. Man, I did reach out to bruh. I actually tried to call him on Instagram. I didn't get an answer. I sent him a message, let him know that I'm finna do this today. And I mean, but you know, niggas be busy, so I'm not really trying to sweat, bro. I've been trying to get an interview because I be interviewing artists, local artists. And, you know, I got a few of them that's on the list. And shout out to Highland Star, man. Brett just had something tragic happen to his leg. I don't know what the fuck going on. I seen the post, bro. His leg looked like it's busted open, like a motherfucking overdone Highland. And I don't know exactly what's going on, but pray for Brett. And, you know, shit out, you know, blessings to him, man, because it's a very talented individual from out of here also. But it looks like, you know, his leg is going through it. So, man, yeah, prayers up for him. But, yeah, Lil Nico, man, check out that, man. Shit looked like he got shot. I don't know, man. It looked a little different. I don't know if bro got hit with a lawnmower blade or something. I mean, it looked like his whole shit split straight down from the knee up, like, from his ankle up to halfway up his knee. And it's just, it looked crazy. And it probably happened in the last 24 hours because he just posted it. I seen it right before I came in. And, I left a comment on the post. But yeah, man, like prayers up for bro, y'all. You know, send a prayer out for bro. Hopefully you get better. Little Nico just had a kid, man, so congratulations to him for that. But the EP, man, we've been waiting. You know what I'm saying? There's probably a few other artists out here. I got a lady that I want to have on the show. It's an R&B singer, Nia Monet. I'm sorry. So when we get together, I'll be able to put her together. And she's a very talented artist. I mean, we got a lot of talent out here in the city. I just need us to kind of, show and prove, man, because it's been time. I mean, everybody had their turn. Alabama, they didn't have their turn. We had the Saint Lunatics and did their thing. So it's hey man, let's do it. Anyway, the next and the final segment of this show today is a segment I like to call Now Flowers, because some of us need to get them flowers right now, not after we die. Like R.I.P. to, is it Suzanne Summers? I mean, the lady that used to play on Three's Company, the little blonde one that was kind of dingy. She ended up dying from cancer, so R.I.P. to her, man. But anyway, yeah, we don't want to wait till motherfuckers die. It's too late then, bro. So I started this segment to shout out those in the community who push the line or who are very talented and don't get nearly enough credit. And today we got an individual by the name of Dr. Claude Anderson, which is big bro. I mean, big bro. I mean, I watched Tariq, and Tariq actually put me on the bruh, and bruh has got credentials. I mean, he's been fighting a good fight and putting us on to how to, structure our system in the black community to where we can be stronger and, come up. But it's books that bruh write. So I don't know how many of you are avid readers, but he's got 5 books. The first one is the Black Labor and White Wealth book. The next one is the one, and this one is probably the most popular, is Powernomics. I say popular, but I don't know. I don't really hear anybody talking about this but Tariq, and I appreciate Brett Tariq for putting me up on that. Because we need these. We need to see our ancestors doing things. Also, we had ladies like Frances Cress Welsing, who I hear a lot about from Brett, and it's just, R.I.P. to her too. Okay, what's up, Miss Hecker, man? Long time no see, man. What's going on? Look, I've been doing this for a little minute now, man. I've been trying to hold on enough to where, my people come in, but shout out to you, man. I appreciate you coming in, man. Like I said, we at the very last segment of the show, but it's always good to have my people come in here. But yeah, we're talking about Dr. Claude Anderson in the segment called Now Flowers, man. I'm going through some of his accolades now. Brett got a book I just got on. Oh, okay, for sure. Gotta get that money, man. Gots to get the money, man. So, hopefully, you ain't too good to go back to the beginning and catch all the other stuff that was talked about, because I addressed quite a few things. Not too much. But the next book on the list of 5 is a Black History Reader. And then Dirty Little Secrets and More Dirty Little Secrets are all books by Dr. Claude Anderson. Let me see. I'm going to play it back. Oh, for sure. But yeah, Dr. Claude Anderson is a light-skinned brother who is up in age now. So, but shout out to you, bro. I appreciate you. I don't know if you'll ever get a chance to see this, but if y'all don't know nothing about that, man, please check that out and subscribe, like the show, man. Activate that like button, man. If you on YouTube or any other platforms, man, I appreciate that. That does help the algorithm, man. If you got it, to show me some love monetarily, that'll be wonderful, man. My Cash App is $SuperStee, SuperStee. I hope y'all like the sweater combination. Shout out to the little homie, man. He suggested that I bust this because it goes with the little background situation. And so, I appreciate it. But, yeah, man. I hope y'all have a pleasant week, man. And, y'all have a productive week. me personally, I'm about to get up out of here, man, and go relax some. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed the playback, Miss Hecker. And like I said, man, do me a favor, you know, rock with me on all platforms, man. It's Jamerson Ballard, and that's been this day's show, man. Y'all have a great afternoon.